it is.
And they both kept their titles.
Yeah, they both kept their titles,
Yeah.
their respective titles. Volkanovski and Islam. They're two different divisions, right?
Yeah.
So that's all right. What was it? So wait a minute. So they weren't fighting for a title, but they both have a title.
They don't, if because he was challenging Islam. So if Volkanovski had won, he would have been a two-weight champion. But
two division champ.
Yeah, but Islam wasn't challenging him, so he wouldn't have won his belt.
Right. Islam would not have gotten his belt. Well, Islam wasn't the same weight.
Yeah.
At Backside Attack.
At Fixate.
Just saying, I just don't watch that much UFC anymore.
That's good.
I mean, in this year I haven't.
That's good.
Well, thank you. I needed that.
There's not much. I don't think there was much to watch this year.
I don't think there was too much to watch.
Yeah.
So we saw a couple good ones, but that I know we watched them. We went down to the old provincial.
Yeah.
The old Jason Yen era.
Yeah, but you'll still watch blockbuster fights though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You'll watch
big ones,
like when we watched Poirier and
Poirier,
yeah,
and McGregor.
Yeah,
that was fun to watch.
I loved every second of that fight.
I mean, you loved it more because you're not a McGregor fan. Definitely a Dustin fan.
Yeah.
On the table behind us were hardcore McGregor fans.
Yeah. Oh, and they were like
obnoxious
brown guys singing like "Ole, ole," like that. I'm like, shut up. And then those guys, and then when McGregor got his leg broken, I was like, I was so happy. Yeah.
It was a table of sadness back there.
Yeah.
And you were a table, just the two of us, were a table of gloating like motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good.
Yeah. And we're pretty loud. They didn't say anything to us.
I mean, you were loud, and I wasn't going to let you get drowned out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I thought for a minute, I'm like, they might say something.
Yeah.
And I might end up headbutting somebody, but nothing happened. They were pretty quiet about it. Good on them.
Yeah.
What can you do?
What can you do?
But good on that.
Spartan needs sons.
Always wait for it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice, good sport night. And I think I felt the same way when Anderson's leg broke. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't like Anderson, and I was absolutely certain that he threw that first fight, and the leg broke in the second one, and we don't know what happened after that.
I think he threw that first fight too.
Yeah, and I don't think he threw it in the sense of like he threw it like he took a dive. I think he played fast and loose, knowing full well that he might lose the decision or like take a bit of a beating.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he expected to get knocked out. And again, my rationale behind that is the Chael fight when he told what's his name, Big Nog. He's like, I'm gonna win this one for you, 5 rounds. I'm gonna choke him out. It's gonna be a triangle in the 5th round. In that Like Water documentary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Big Nog is like, don't fuck around with this guy. Like he's very good. Don't fuck around. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't you know it, round 5 rolls up. What does he do? He triangles him.
Yeah.
And he wins the fight. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel like he's one of those guys who plans like he wanted a story, and that's why he was going to screw around. And
he wants a story. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
The interview too, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they asked him, like, what do you think's going to happen in this fight? And he's like, hey, man, he's good. Chris is good.
Yep.
He's gonna win the fight. He's going to win the fight. Mm-hmm. He's going to win that. He needs the win. Because that time, Weidman had lost his house. He was like in dire straits as a human being. Mm-hmm. I think he was living with what's his name? Who's the little guy who trains him? The guy who beat GSP.
Matt Hughes?
No, Matt Serra.
Serra, yeah.
I think he was living with Matt Serra. Like he was going through a tough time. Mm-hmm. I've got a feeling in my head that Anderson's like, I'm going to let him win the first one. He becomes champ. He makes money. He gets his house back. And I'm going to fuck him up in the second fight.
Yep.
In the second fight, he broke his leg.
Yep.
In half. McGregor style.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, no, I think that's I think that's a fair assessment.
And then, to go full circle on that whole thing, when Uriah Hall watched Weidman break his own leg on Uriah Hall checking that kick, and Uriah Hall looked at him like, oh, fuck, I'm next?
I'm next.
And then he just retired. He's like, is my leg next? And he retired.
Yeah, he retired.
It's like there was like a spirit of darkness coming for him. Mm-hmm. And Uriah Hall's like, no, you know what? I'm out. Before my leg breaks, I'm done.
Yeah. And, so I think, and then, is he the one who retired, Anderson?
I mean, no. He fought after that. Anderson fought after that as well. And then he had the boxing match.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
With the internet sensation.
Yeah.
He had that as well. So I still don't know if he's actually retired. Anderson Silva's the kind of guy who, he might take a smoker fight somewhere.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, that's true.
You never know. Do one of those things there. Mm-hmm. Hey, the big game is on today. Are you watching the big game currently? Are you? Well, actually, no. Because we're recording during the big game?
No. I didn't want to watch it.
Are you into the thing where you cover your mouth?
I have no interest in NFL.
I could not care about the Super Bowl. I barely care about the Grey Cup.
Yeah. I don't, I would watch it if, like, a bunch of boys got together and watched it, because then it's just like yesterday. Like, yesterday's card was like, it was going to be good, but nothing beats getting together with your bros and and do whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's always, it's always fun. I think that's the appeal.
Yeah.
I couldn't I couldn't be bothered to sit at home and watch like the Chiefs and the whatever they are, the bird people, the Eagles.
The Eagles, yeah.
Two teams I barely care about. I mean, I barely care. I don't care about the Super Bowl or the NFL.
No, I don't want to see. I hate the halftime shows and all that garbage. I just think it's
all crap.
It's excess that you don't need.
I can almost not like. I mean, I do watch hockey because I think it's like it's a DNA thing. But even then, like, I mean, these days, man, any sport that I know is gonna be against a small market team with like so many big market teams, I barely care about those games.
Yeah, Oilers lost today.
Oh man, they lost big today.
Yeah, they've been playing so many games in a row. They had like points in like the last 10 games. So one game, whatever.
Right.
They could have beat Montreal, but I think they were just tired.
Tired.
Yeah.
Just took it easy. I mean,
too many. Yeah.
But I will say it was nice to watch a game reffed properly. It was nice to like 2 in a row too. It was at Ottawa last time, where it was like even though they lost, it was a huge loss. Man, like it was a game that was reffed like you want a game to be reffed.
Yeah.
Like there was absolutely no large market team bias. 2 Canadian teams, and they just had like real, honest to god hockey. And Montreal was like significantly better than the Oil today.
So. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they just played better. They played better today. Right. And there was a what was it? I guess Eric Carlson or Jonathan. Someone, another Patrick, I think Kane from the Blackhawks. There's serious talks of getting those guys to Edmonton.
Kane was going to come over, right?
Kane was, but now like Carlson's like from San Jose's and they're in serious trade demands
right now
about getting if Kane comes to Edmonton, Edmonton will be a different team.
I thought the Kane deal was kind of through, and there was talk about Horvat as well, right? Before he went to Montreal, New York.
Yeah, but that's as far as I know right now. But we can discuss it afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, we will. Oh, we'll discuss it, baby.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it up the yin yang. I can't be like that deep into it anymore. I feel like once you get that deep into it, where you're like talking about trades, who's coming in, and then next thing you know, you join a fantasy league. Before you realize it, you're putting $20 in the pool. Before you know it, you're online discussing your draft picks on some sort of stupid program. You got to log in at 4 p.m.
Yeah,
I can't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think now my mind is just focused on like if I'm going to nerd out on anything, it's just more like how digital audio workstations work and how to edit videos properly. That's where all my focus is going right now.
That's where all your energy is going.
Yeah,
because you've just recently you upped the ante on your digital audio workstation computer PC.
Yeah, there's
laptop game.
Yeah, that's all that's on my MacBook. Office is not even on there.
Nobody uses Office anymore. Yeah. Unless you work in an office, nobody uses Office.
Yeah, like it's on my workhorse PC. Yeah. But like on my MacBook, it's all audio software. That's all that's on there.
Your MacBook should be for fun. It should be for creative stuff.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get like there's no point getting an iMac. But I would listen I just want something on the go. So if if we're getting together, like you want to make music or something like that, just bring a laptop because I showed you like everything I can bring like drone, headphones, everything, backpack, controller, laptop, everything in one bag, and I can bring it over. We can video edit and do all the music making just on we can be mobile.
How nice is it to be like a creative and accept that you're creative? Yeah. I mean, for a little while, I think I was doing a lot of it, and I kind of felt like you were on the fringe of it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you went head first. Yeah. And you picked up the drone. You got a better phone on your brand new S23 Ultra, better camera on that thing. Now you've got the means with which to edit. You've got a digital workstation for music production. Like, how nice is it to like accept that you are a creative and you're going to be making creative content, and then like you see it out there and people kind of like appreciate it. It's a great. Nice feeling.
It's great. Like like when we were yesterday, for example, I was with the boys and we were watching the fight, and I said, here's so my friend I haven't seen him in years. And I said, yeah. Then Jason's like, oh yeah, you should see like his drone videos. They're crazy. And then I showed it to him. Then he's like, then we put him on the big screen. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, what was the last song you made? I was like, oh, here it is. And we played it on his system. And he's like,
right.
He goes, you made that? And I said, I'm like, well, me and Jessica made it. And then so he's like, he goes, oh, that's aggressive. He goes, that's unreal. I'm like, yeah. You should rap to it.
You should rap to it. Yeah. You should spit some rhymes.
Yeah, and then it's like just talking to Sandy. He's like, yeah, I listen to it in my car on the way, every time I go to work.
Yeah, and that's nice to hear.
It's fun, yeah. It's good.
If somebody uses what you're listening to as like music to pass the time while they're on the road, just like nodding their head, arm out the window.
Yeah, I think he's freestyling when he goes to. I think he's freestyling when he goes
freestyle rhymes.
Yeah, while he's driving. Yeah,
like this track slaps. Yeah. I'm gonna spit some rhymes to these rad disco beats.
Yeah, actually, you know what the weird thing was? That we were watching the fight last night, and my friend who came with us, I hadn't seen him in a long time, and he's a doctor, and he was talking about how. we were talking about Volkanovski. He's like his height as compared to his reach.
His width and reach.
Yeah, so his reach is like much longer than his height.
Yeah.
So he's like, we were calling him like, yeah, he's the knuckle dragger.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, and then we're thinking about it. We're like, and then all of us like kind of pricked up our ears, and we were thinking. All of us thought about the same thing. I said, guys, you know just popped in my head. He's like, what is it? Remember that episode of X-Men, the animated cartoon from the 1990s? Remember when Beast is walking like this with his knuckles on the ground?
Yeah.
Everyone's just remember that scene. Everyone's just laughing. I'm like, because I can't remember what episode that was. I was trying to find it. But when Beast is like walking with, I think he's walking with Cyclops or Xavier, and he's just walking like this.
Yeah. He's like a gorilla.
Yeah, he's a total gorilla. And because I remember seeing that scene for the first time, and we all laughed at the same thing, because we all knew it was funny.
I'm about to blow your mind. Want to see something?
Mm.
Now, how tall am I? 5'9".
So what am I?
You're like 5'11".
Oh, okay.
You're a little taller than I am. Check out the 74 inches right there. Hello.
That's 74 inches?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Fingertip to fingertip. Yeah, look at that. How weird does that look?
So drop your arms.
They're lower than yours.
Yeah.
The shoulders are pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awkward, weird arm length shit.
Holy.
My shirts and my neck size have always been a problem to get.
Oh, okay.
Getting like a dress shirt that fits the length of my arms and like the actual width, and then getting something that fits my neck. Like I can never get dress shirts that fit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fucking tough, man. It's weird being.
Let's see your wound.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's getting better. It's sealed up. For anybody who does know, there was an incident.
Yes.
When my arm went, hey man, I can't hold 2 men's weight.
Yeah.
with this arm. Don't fall down on your arm holding somebody's body weight.
Yes.
And it was all patched up. Nicely recovered and patched up by the fine folks at that hospital. The Misericordia.
Yeah. Where I was born.
Where I was born.
Yeah.
We were both born there. You were born there?
I was born there, and then Michael J. Fox was born there as well.
Get out of town. Man, we're in good company.
We're in good company.
We're, in the room alone, we're in good company. Michael J. Fox. Start watching Spin City again.
You are?
Yeah, I got that Pluto TV, that free like Paramount Network thing on one of the apps just to kill time while I draw.
Yep.
And Spin City's on every night. So you got to do, it's Family Ties and Spin City on one channel.
Oh, okay.
So just go back and forth. God, he was, that show was great.
Yeah, it was.
Michael J. Fox is, I've always said, comedic actors with like perfect timing. The guy had perfect timing.
Yeah, and I think that's why he got the role of Marty McFly over what's his face? Stoltz is that he had the great comedic timing.
Yeah.
And he could play goofy as well as serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goofy and serious in the same scene.
Yeah.
He can switch. He's surprised. He plays surprised better than anybody else.
Yeah.
He plays like not dumbfounded but frustrated.
Yeah.
I think better than almost any other comedic actor.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because I'm watching the show again, but like in Spin City, he's always kind of one step behind. And man, he's like always frustrated, and he plays it so well.
Yeah, I think there was actually, you know what? I was talking to we were talking yesterday about like what's considered a perfect movie, or what are some examples of like what you consider to be a perfect movie?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is one of them. And then Jason was talking about how he showed Back to the Future to his kids, and he's like, there's one uncomfortable scene where like it's almost like a rape happens. Remember when Biff is like in the car with her and then he's taking advantage of her?
Right.
Yeah, that's like borderline but
yeah, it's like a sexual assault scene.
It's sexual assault
that is engineered initially for Marty to be the guy.
Yeah,
and then
his engineered.
Dad
It's engineered. Yeah,
it's an engineered sexual assault where Marty's gonna get too handsy with his own mother.
Yeah,
and then his father was gonna pull him out of the car and smack him.
Yeah,
but Biff got in the car instead.
Yeah,
yeah, weird, man. Like just Back to the Future is a perfect movie, but it's awkward as hell sometimes.
Yeah, we look back at it, but like we can look back at it now and just be like, yeah, you know, whatever. But like, yeah, I can see why people like if they're watching it for the first time, they're like, oh. Right. Yeah, but no.
Oh, I can't relate what I just watched. It wasn't Professional. Also, like when you watch Professional now, as like a 40-something, it sticks differently. Some stuff is pretty awkward. Now, granted, Jean Reno's character is completely not into the situation that Natalie Portman thinks is happening. He's very awkward, so he's like, this is weird. So he removes himself from that situation, as a guy should. With a 13-year-old, but watching it now, it's borderline creepy.
It is, yeah.
It's kind of weird.
But the thing is, like, they don't. It is, but like, granted, like it's not real. But I don't know. Like those movies, they don't make movies like that anymore.
They really don't.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't. Like movies now, you can't make because like they just get canceled immediately.
Yeah. So that movie was not made to make money. It was,
No.
That movie was made to like, I'm gonna make a cool movie, right? So then like, but these movies had edges to them, which is
it's an art house film.
Yes, which movies don't have anymore. You can't make movies with like a lot of edge to it right now. So
I mean, you can't make movies with edge at all.
Yeah,
I saw the trailer for History of the World Part 2, and when you think about History of the World Part 1, it's got it's edgy in its own way for the 70s. It's got its like little it's biting satire of all like movies and like religion and culture and all sorts of shit, right?
Yeah.
But like when I was looking at the trailer for the new one, it looks like they're trying to push that envelope in the trailer at least. I wonder how much is going to get pushed in the actual product. It's going to be like a 4-part series from Hulu now instead of like a movie.
Yeah.
Like hopefully it's got that Blazing Saddles, Mel Brooks kind of like a bite to it. But like I'm kind of worried. Like will it really? They do the thing with the Black Jesus and people are making fun of like situations like they did in the other one. But I just hope that it's not just the trailer. Like we get more of it as like all the best parts aren't just in the trailer, right?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for that Cocaine Bear, whatever it's called.
I haven't even heard of that.
It's a bear that they put this bear that actually gets that eats a lot of cocaine or snorts a lot of cocaine. Yeah.
Is it based on a true story? What is this?
I think so.
Cocaine Bear. Yeah, we gotta look that up. Because that sounds like a Simpsons plot, like a Family Guy plot. Or, hey, this bear in the woods found a bag of Colombian drug drop cocaine from a downed Cessna.
After a 500-pound black bear consumes a significant amount of cocaine and embarks on a drug-fueled rampage, an eccentric gathering of cops, criminals, tourists, and teenagers assemble in the Georgia forest.
Oh, well, Elizabeth Banks directed it. And she makes some fun movies.
Yeah, so the trailer looks hilarious. Like it's based on true events.
I feel like that's one of the things that you heard about and forgot about immediately.
Probably.
Like 500-pound bear eats cocaine in the woods, story 11. And then you forget about it, and then they make a movie about it. Yeah,
so it ate like a ton of it. And then it just goes on a goddamn rampage.
I mean,
it'd be a fun, stupid movie.
I think so. I'm just trying to think of the situation of a 500-pound coked up bear. Like, at what point does it just drop dead of a heart attack?
Maybe you can
in real life.
Maybe you can take it.
If you're 500 pounds, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've known 200-pound guys who did a little bit of coke and their heart was like, no bueno.
Yeah.
Their heart kind of gives up.
Speaking of simple and stupid, Fast and Furious X.
Yes. I'm all over it. I am all over fasten your seatbelts. You see what I did?
Fast 10 seatbelt, yeah.
You better fasten your seatbelts.
Good
Fate
one.
of the Furious.
Good one.
Yeah, thank you. F9, I was fine with that movie. There were so many.
You infatuated with number 8.
I really was. I absolutely was. Those are, like I said, certain movies will get my love no matter what. Just because I know what they are. They're stupid things that are meant to just give you an hour. Like, I don't even hate Transformers anymore. I started watching Transformers again because, like, the new one's coming out. And as I watch it with, like, a good amount of distance between me and the first one I saw.
The new Transformers coming out?
The whole, Beast, Rise of the Beast, which is like a sequel to Bumblebee.
It's
very 80s.
Is Unicron in that one?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
But it is a very, like, 80s Transformers. Like, Optimus Prime looks like he should. He transforms into, like, the flat front, whatever that was, like the Mack or Peterbilt, whatever that version of the truck was.
Who's making that one?
It's the same team. It's not Michael Bay. Michael Bay's producing it.
Okay.
But it's not him. It might be the same dude who directed Bumblebee.
Okay.
But it looks great. Like, it looks like the Transformers we grew up with. Jazz. Jazz is in it. And when he transforms from a robot, he looks like Jazz from the cartoons. It's a little bit leaner, but he looks the same. RC looks like RC. Beautiful. It looks like what we want it to look like.
Did you have lipstick?
No, I don't think so. It looked all, like, flat white. It didn't look like she had the lipstick on. Which, that's the first robot I think anybody had, like, a real chub for when you were kids. It was an RC transformed. Like, yeah, RC's got a little thing.
Yeah. I'd rather have her than Smurfette.
No, Smurfette didn't do anything. Smurfette was just like...
I think Smurfette got gangbanged at least once.
What's the rule? The internet rule? There's a rule, isn't there? Like Rule 18 or Rule 20. Like if you think of it, porn exists of it. Like if you've thought about it, somewhere on the internet,
easily,
porn of it exists.
Well, for sure, there's been like people have like probably made those cartoons or drawn that.
Absolutely.
Of Smurfette getting like getting on railed on. So
just railed on everybody except for Brainy. Because Brainy gets no love.
Oh, no, he has none.
Brainy is probably right there with him.
His white pants were, like, totally flat.
Just complete, like
Silver Surfer.
Like Silver Surfer. It's completely just smooth in front. Couldn't get no love.
No.
But no, that's one of those weird things. But no, it looks good. The Transformers movie, and again, same as Fast and the Furious. having this much distance from Transformers, watching it again, they're dumb, man. I mean, Michael Bay kind of puts it down when he said, like, I make movies for 13-year-old boys, explosions and pretty girls, and giant robots. Fighting other giant robots. Like them or hate them, that's what they are. He knows they are. Yeah. I'm okay with it. And that's how I am with Fast and the Furious. They're just big, dumb, stupid movies.
Well, actually, that French director Louis Leterrier, is that his name?
Louis Leterrier?
Yeah, so he's directing this one because I guess Justin Lin quit because the creative differences. So they said on the plane he was coming. He had a red eye or something like that.
Louis did?
Yeah, and then he said the directors and the producers are like, yeah, you have to rewrite the entire third act.
Oh my god!
And he did that he did that on the flight.
Like, that guy, take a look at his IMDb or his Wikipedia.
Yes,
Transporter, Hulk. Like, he's done a bunch of fun
movies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like him.
And so yeah, there's I saw
the
Yeah, so I saw the trailer. It does look better than the past ones because it doesn't take place. It is like it's more grounded. Now, having saying that, Fast and the Furious is more grounded is saying that water is less wet here than it is here.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't take place in space where cars can exhaust like in whatever like fucking
even if it did, man, I'd still watch it.
Yeah, and so
even if it had all that shit, even if somehow like an ice engine was out in outer space, like working like a normal car in the atmosphere, I'd still watch it.
So I don't know what is going on in those movies, but I just know that apparently during the trailer, Jason Momoa has been behind the scenes of every single
incident.
Yeah,
is
that what it is?
Pulling the strings or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Brie Larson's in there for whatever reason.
That's fine too.
Yeah, because she has to fight somebody. She has to fight one of the other ladies in there.
Just making resting bitch face the whole time.
Exactly.
I don't even care. I hate her and everything else, but I love her in this. I don't care.
Yeah. And what else? Who else is in that? Is Helen Mirren in that?
I think Helen Mirren's playing Shaw's mother.
Okay, there you go.
Because she's in one of the other ones, right?
Everyone needs a paycheck. Let's see who else.
So I haven't seen the last one, where he's in jail talking to her.
Mom. You haven't seen the last one?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oi. You call yourself a fan?
Mom, take off the handcuffs. Oh. She fucking picks the thing and she's holding them up.
I guess everyone from I think everyone's in this movie.
It's the second last one.
Yeah, so
the journey to the end begins by you fastening your seatbelts.
Yeah, so exactly. So there's 11 of them, right?
Mm-hmm. The next one will be the last. This is like part 1 and 2.
I think with any movie series, I think after 3 or 4, I just lose interest.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Did you do it with Mission Impossible?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
You lost interest with Mission Impossible?
After 4, I was like, I can't watch these anymore.
I will watch a coked up, testosterone jacked Tom Cruise run through fire all day long.
I'd rather just watch the scenes from them, like they're the crazy scenes that were just stunts, rather than the movies, because like you can't, because like they've made a mockery of the spy genre.
Yeah, well, that's what they are.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what those are.
So I'd rather just see Tom Cruise do like those. I'd rather watch on YouTube those special scenes where he's doing crazy stunts, and then do that instead of subjecting myself to 2 hours of like.
I appreciate that perspective, but I'm all in beginning to end on this as well.
That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
No, but I do get it because I'm like that with the Undisputed movies. I have no interest in watching a dialogue sequence between Michael J. White and Boyka and Scott Adkins. I don't want to hear any, like, what's one going to say to the other that's going to bring anything to my life?
Why don't you just watch the fight scenes?
That's all I do. I go to YouTube, I hit the fight scenes, and I watch the fight scenes. And in my head, I'm like, Boyka's bad, but now he's good. Now we root for him. And you just watch the fights, and I'm fine with that.
That's it, yeah.
And then you Wikipedia the rest.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
that's all you need.
Yeah, those movies are just like, they're knuckle dragger movies, too.
The Undisputed series?
Yeah.
I will say this much, though. The best directed fight sequences you're going to get anywhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, no, I mean, I can't remember the name of the dude. Isaac Florentine, I think?
Yeah, Raji's friend.
Yeah, for sure, right? Best buddies. They're joined at the hip. I think they've had themselves surgically attached at the hip so they don't lose touch with each other.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
100%.
But I think Raji's probably in number 6.
He's in number 6.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
He's doing the Van Damme style line kicks. Just one kick, multiple angles, just sound effects. All sound effects.
Yeah, he'll be henchman number 2.
Henchman number 2.
And the key grip.
And the key grip. His character name is like Jackson Davies. No, Jackson Davies is a real guy, isn't he?
I think so.
He's a Canadian actor. Beachcombers.
Beachcombers, yeah.
Great name, right? Pumpkin. That's what he is.
Oh my god.
Until he pulled that one out. But he is the best action director, like fight sequence director, I think, in movies right now. He just won't ever get a shot with a real movie.
No, they won't.
Unfortunately.
No, because people don't want to see martial arts movies. They want to see martial arts movies. They want to see martial arts in movies.
In movies.
Yeah.
I think the last time that anybody watched a straight up martial arts movie, straight up, is maybe The Raid and The Raid 2.
Yeah, that's it.
And then, like, that's it. Even the Bourne movies, they weren't martial arts movies.
No,
they were characters who used martial arts.
Yeah, they're characters who did martial arts. Like the Raid movies are just they're out of control.
Talking about scenes, the whole thing.
The whole thing is
2 hour scene.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour fight scene. That's all it is. And I think The Raid 2, and then what's the other one he was in?
The guy from The Raid.
From The Raid.
I can't remember his name, but he's in like.
He's like The Night Comes. Yeah, The Night Comes for Us.
Oh, that's right.
That one's based on a graphic novel, I think.
I think you're right.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah,
that one's really brutal.
I haven't seen that. It's pretty brutal, huh?
I believe it's on Netflix still. But yeah, that one's brutal. Yeah.
I do like those.
I like those. Yeah.
For when, like, you really just want to sit down and watch and not because of the brutality. When you want to watch a movie that's well made for like, they're pretty outlandish shit you're gonna watch. It's pretty
because there's no like money to spend on special effects. They're not needed, so they can just focus on atmosphere, dialogue. Like, well, the dialogue is like the story is not like, it's pretty straightforward, but like making sure that the action sequences, they have time to fill them and that they're done really well. Mm-hmm. The gore factor when it comes to the fighting and stuff like that, they can make it as brutal as brutal. So yeah.
But the creativity's high.
Yeah, the creativity's high.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about those. It's like the head stomp scene from Drive.
Yeah.
Like, when you watch that stomp scene, it's like, I mean, how the hell do they make it look so gory but at the same time realistic? Even for the split second that you see it.
Yeah, it's like
things like that. It's creativity, right?
Yeah, because I was watching that like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I just got the 4K of it, so I was just like testing it out. Mm-hmm. And when he's stomping him, you can hear like that. You can just hear it, and it's like it's the sound impact is like they really tuned that, so like you can feel the impact. It's like it's brutal when he just crushes his skull.
I've always said that sound effect, the one you're thinking of, is cracking your knuckles underwater while a giant eats a head of cabbage.
There you go. Yeah,
that's that mixing of sound effects.
Yeah,
but all underwater.
Yeah, you could hear it just like right. Yeah, and then you're like, it's and then knowing that he did that for her, but she's just horrified by it. She's like, oh my god, that scene is so great.
It's so great because that's exactly what it is. He takes like all the weight. Mm-hmm. of freeing somebody else. Yeah. Knowing full well that he's losing the person he's freeing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because he's so horrific now.
Yeah. And then like you don't know like at that point whether she's like scared of him or like loves him for like saving her.
For sure.
And protecting her.
Because she'll never get over that.
Yeah. And you don't realize that until the end when she goes to the apartment to see like if he's there, and then the end scene is like he just drives off. Right. And it's like reminds me of those 1950s movies or 1960s movies where about the classic American hero who just comes into town out of nowhere. Right.
Yojimbo?
Yeah, Yojimbo just comes in, just wants a regular life, gets involved in something, and then next thing you know, he's forced to move on to the next city and just continue his life. Yeah.
It's the reason I bring up Yojimbo is like when you read Lone Wolf and Cub. Yep. Like that's Kurosawa style hero. Mm-hmm. Like that entire comic series, that Littlest Hobo. Yep. He rolls into town, everybody loves him by the end of the movie, and then he has to leave because somebody else either needs him or he can't stay because of what he's done. Yep. Yeah, it's the sad, lonely, like Bruce Banner walking away with the music, thumbing a ride, torn clothes, no shoes.
Every time I think of that Hulk show, because you know what came right after that? The Littlest Hobo.
Yeah, when we were kids, it was the Hulk and Littlest Hobo.
There's a voice keeps on calling me
to a place, a place I want to be. Oh, it's always good. Hey, I had a buddy last night just realized he missed out. Good old Dan. We went to Luke's place for a Strangler. We went to the Strangler's house for a little bit of a housewarming. And old Dan, good old handsome Dan, completely biffed on the day. Thought it was today. Showed up for the Super Bowl today at work. Realized that we were all at Strangler's place yesterday. Oh. And he missed out. When people told him the food, the desserts, he missed out, handsome Dan.
Well, I just have to call him to get my Transformers DVDs back.
Get your DVDs back. Mm-hmm. So, something we touched on last time. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, I want your take on it, and it's one of the things that I've been thinking about a lot because we're doing the YouTube thing now. Yep. This Bill C-11. The C-11 bill with Canadian content on the internet. Yeah. It hasn't really come to pass yet. Like, we haven't seen it really happen yet. Mm-hmm. But I've always had this idea of, like, I like Canadian content. Like, good Canadian content is as good as any content in the world. But are we going to get Canadian content pushed at us that even if it's not good, is pushed at us at the I guess the sacrifice of better global content?
Yes, we will.
That's definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
I feel.
Yeah, that will. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, is that fair? Is it if I open up YouTube or open up any like internet search, whatever it is it fair to me as a viewer who pays money to because I pay money to an internet service to watch what I want to watch? Mm-hmm. Is it fair to me as a viewer to have Canadian content shoved on me, or should I just be able to go to a channel? Like if I want to see Canadian content where I know where it is, CBC's going to carry all that shit.
Yeah, I think
I'll go to Gem.
Well, the thing is, here's my viewpoint on it. It's like, and I could be wrong about this, but this is just my opinion. Okay, the content can be pushed out as with anything, as with any kind of content. It can be pushed out to whatever you like, however they want to push it out, right? Now, are they forcing me to watch it? No,
they're not forcing you to watch it, but I feel like they're limiting your choices.
They might be limiting my choices, but the thing is, like,
engineering your choices.
Yeah, so like if they're engineering my choices, then you know what? I will just not subscribe to it, and so I will just look for my content or whatever, or things I find interesting elsewhere. But for other people, yeah, if they're the idea of them forcing that content on you, right, is not good.
It's not good.
So if they're forcing it and there's nothing you can do to stop it, best thing you can do is just ignore it and just not subscribe to. Try your best not to subscribe to it.
Now, see where my issue is. Like with us, we can do that.
Yeah,
like we can choose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But
because we're savvy.
Yeah, so like that's what I was saying. Like, but for those of you who can't, don't have any other recourse, then yeah, you're just going to be forced to watch whatever they shove down your throat.
Like our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents will search for and be curated Canadian content first because they don't know how to look for other content.
Yeah. See, like, yeah, my parents are just like, they're very simple. They just watch, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, and NHL. And then everything else is on Netflix or YouTube. That's it. So, like, but my parents are like, they're probably like many East Indian parents, but like, people who watch cable TV and stuff like that, yeah, then they're going to be like, where's all the stuff that I like?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think it's going to happen with cable. It seems to be an internet-based bill, right? Where it's with cable because we buy so much American content.
So, yeah.
Which is, again, like that seems like it's a double standard there.
It is, because like, I think with internet, is like, in anything on the internet, everything online should be...
it should be the Wild West, man.
It should be that's exactly what I was going to say. It should be the Wild West, right? So, nothing should be controlled. Yeah. But when you're online, I don't care if you add things, but if you limit what I'm going to watch,
yes,
that's the problem.
That's my issue.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Yeah,
I don't like the idea of a curation or like limiting. What I want
you can throw on whatever you want, but don't take away things that I want to watch.
Right.
Like, don't say like, because this thing has a rating, we're gonna take this off.
I don't think they're gonna take it away so much.
Yeah.
They're just gonna curate it in a very like local content driven way.
Yeah. See that I don't agree with.
Yeah. Which I don't really like that. I like the idea of maybe advertise better or allow for that to be advertised better. Who knows? Maybe that would be like a better way if it's possible. I don't know. I'm not an internet SEO guy. But at the same time, like, I just don't like the idea that there are things out there. Like, I watch European content, I watch a lot of Australian comedy. Like, I like all that kind of stuff. And if that's not on my feed, if suddenly my feed is just like loaded with just kids in the hall clips, which is great, but there's a lot of crap Canadian content that I don't want to have to like feed through to get to like better US or Australian or European content.
Yeah.
Right? Or even look at video reviewers. Like, a lot of the stuff that we watch is 50-50. Tons of great YouTube tip guys, media guys, camera, film, whatever it is. Lots of great Canadian content. But also 50-50 with lots of great global content as well. And if all of a sudden we're not getting that global content, like it's being sacrificed to have more Canadian content, with maybe lesser quality, that kind of bothers me.
That bothers me too. Like,
if that's what's going to happen,
then I would have to get a VPN and just get access to like other markets. Yeah, so
do it like that, which could be the way to do it. Yeah. I mean, but then again, like, being a Canadian content creator, if our stuff is pushed harder, that'd be great. But again, I wouldn't want that at the sacrifice. Like, we don't have the same viewership as somebody who does what we do that has better viewership and access to better production.
Yeah.
So I'd feel shitty. Like, if all of a sudden, our 25 views are taking precedence over somebody with 10,000 views who maybe has a better view of the world than we do.
Yeah.
That's not fair to them either, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's a tough thing.
No, I totally agree.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, there should be no like quotas, I should say, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Right. Or censorship.
Yeah. So like, deplatforming. So like add what you want, but not at the expense of like taking away what we like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should be, like I said, like you said, I think both said, the Wild West.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be the Wild West out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of the Wild West because another thing I was talking about is the idea on Reddit. Because I was going through Reddit the other day, and remember how there used to be? Well, there still is the Reddit the mod or the subgroup. What do they call them these days? Subreddit. No, that happened.
Oh yeah.
How somebody would say something and then you would tag it with "r that happened," isn't like, yeah, for sure that happened.
Yeah,
sure, pal.
exactly.
Whatever. But these days you don't get that anymore because everybody is so gullible on the internet. They believe everything they read.
Yeah.
Like it just seems like these days on Reddit, especially as you're reading it, somebody will have like outlandish stories on like TIFU or whatever it is, and people are just commenting on it like it's normal. Like stories that couldn't possibly have happened on your fuck up. Like the TIFU is today I fucked up, and then they tell the story of how they fucked up.
Yeah, that's right.
And as you're reading it, there are so many ridiculously, like, just outlandish stories that are clearly they're just, like, fiction. Complete fiction. And nobody's calling bullshit on it anymore. Because everybody on the internet suddenly is a 15-year-old who will believe whatever they read.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So it's like you go to the That Happened, and it's obvious examples of that happened. But no more, like, I don't know, this seems fishy. No more fishy stories. No. Everything's very obvious.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the, how often do you go on Reddit?
Well, I'm on every day.
Every day?
Every day. It's one of the things I read every single day. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot, like, if you follow the right sources, right? Like the videography, the photos, the news feeds. That's what I do. Like, I'm not really on there looking at, like, like No Sleep. Yeah. So it's mostly like, it's a great news source if you curate it to yourself the right way.
Yeah, I think I was on Reddit for a while, just like when I was like for useless reasons, like trying to figure out what phone to get. And there's my God, once you get in there, you can get lost in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's just like, oh my God. Like, then finally you're just like, you know what? Screw this. Which one do you want to get? Yeah. Or like, you know what? Make up your mind.
For sure.
And so yeah, it's a good source, but I think for tech alone,
it can muddy the waters a bit.
That's why, like, I think Marquez is my go-to guy. I think, like, overall.
I think if Marquez is not your go-to guy,
yeah,
there's something really wrong with you. Like, hands down, the best, like, reviewer or tech guy on the internet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, he's been. I remember watching his. Like, I was looking at his first videos he ever made.
When he's like 12 years old.
When he's like 12 years old, I'm like, this kid's going places.
Right. Even then, he was going places.
Oh yeah.
Max Tech is great. Jerry, everything is great. Gerald Undone, Marquez. Mr. Who's the Boss? Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
Lou's not bad.
Lou is good. They've changed your format a bit though. Yeah, like now they're in the Batcave. It seems I don't know. Something about it feels like a little sterile.
Yeah, Lou's a very Unbox Therapy is like don't
get me wrong. I watch it every time. Like, it's in my feed. Yeah, I watch all the videos.
Unbox Therapy is good. I like Lou. He's seems like he'd be a fun guy to hang out with, but I think he's like he's not
taking the risks anymore.
Yeah, he's not like, it's not very like it's not very in depth. I'll say that.
Right.
He shows you what it can do rather than explaining it. Like Marquez will like actually like go in there. He's more detailed. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah,
I feel like Marquez isn't afraid to shit on something for all of its faults, while also praising it for the things it can do. Yeah. Whereas Lou seems to be seems a little sterile.
I think he's
a nice guy. He's too nice.
Yeah, I think he's the loud one in the room, and I think with Marquez, like, he can generate change. Like, if enough people, like if he doesn't like something from Samsung will be like, they'll listen to it. But you know what? Right. They'll that's actually true.
Yeah, he's a great what's the thing? The beta tester. Yeah. He is, even though the device is brand new out of the box and already like, on sale or for sale. Yeah. He'll still kind of like beta test the shit out of it. Oh yeah. And send like the word out in the world that all of a sudden you realize that, like, if everybody else is talking about it because Marquez is talking about it, exactly. Well, we better fucking change it. Better hop on that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I'm a big fan of, like, I've always been a huge fan, for me, is the playground, Electric Playground. Yeah. Good old Victor Lucas. I mean, that guy's been around. I've been watching him since we were like in high school. And it was a long time ago.
I don't know why. I was like so nervous to meet him when I ran into him. Yeah. And I was like, I just said, yeah, I think what you do is great.
Man, I think as far as Canada goes, in my mind, he is the best Canadian content creator in the video game market, or even in the tech market. Like, I can't think of anybody else who I would go to over him. Yeah. Like, Victor Lucas for me is just like, he's the godfather. Like, you've got like the godfather of podcasts, like either it's Adam Curry or Stern, whoever it is. I think Victor Lucas is the godfather of Canadian video game content.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's the guy. Yeah. So I always go to that, because that's like, if that kind of stuff is shoved my way, more of that, I'm down with it. If that's the kind of thing C11's going to do, I'm totally down with it.
Yeah, I agree.
That kind of stuff. Did you check out the Dust and Omeletto? The videos we talked about last time?
Which one?
They're two, Omeletto and Dust are two different channels.
Oh, no, I didn't get a chance to do it.
Just wild short films online.
No, I didn't get a chance to do that. Yeah.
Oh, you should do that. I'll throw some links up in the description below for anybody who wants to check those out. But they're making some pretty fun, like not. We got a pen. He's taking an S pen out to take a note.
Go ahead, write it down.
His device. No, you write it.
No, write it down.
No. So he wants me to. Oh my! It makes sounds. Can you hear that on the microphone? Dust and.
There you go.
Wow.
Yep.
That feels a lot better than I expected it to feel.
Save as file, and then Sunlight Ghost file.
S Pen on his S23 Ultra.
Yep.
I gotta say, that felt pretty nice.
That was pretty nice.
That felt pretty good. That did not feel as stiff as I expected it to.
Yeah, it's I've already signed like PDFs and stuff like that straight off the phone.
I thought you were gonna say PDAs.
PDAs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or is that called PDAs?
PDAs,
Put them
yeah.
out in the world.
NDAs.
NDAs. PDAs.
NDAs.
My love for NDAs. My public display of affection
NDAs,
for a non-disclosure agreement.
Exactly. STDs.
STDs. STIs. WRX.
WRXs. Yeah.
There's way too many like acronyms out there. There's too many. Even though the LGBTQ plus 2IAS FG LMNOP, that we gotta do something.
Yeah.
You guys can do all that, but that's gotta shorten down, man. I'm getting tired of. I'm out of breath by the time I'm done with that one.
Yeah, I have my own views on them as well.
Oh, all right then. We'll leave that controversy. We're gonna leave that, and we're gonna.
Oh no! I just say, yeah. You know what? No. Like,
do what you want.
Do what you want.
Do what you want. Love who you want. Do what you want.
Do what you want.
Put your dink or your twat wherever you want to put it. Put it on somebody's face and somebody's butt. I don't care. Do what you want to do.
Yeah. So just smack someone in the head with your chopped off dick. I don't care.
Right. Do whatever you want to do. You bob it.
Yeah.
You want to get bobbed it up and put it somewhere else, that's on you, man.
Exactly.
I'm kind of over it. I'm over the people who've got a problem with it. I'm over the people who want it in my face all the time.
Yeah, because I think like I think when I'll say this, look at the the whole pronoun thing and stuff like that. I'll be like, I will not. For me personally, I just like will say like, people say like, yeah, I'm not gonna recognize your pronoun if it's he, she, whatever the hell it is, whatever. For me, it's like, I tend to lean more to that argument where it's like, I do not agree with it. Yeah. All I'm going to do is, okay, what do you want to be known as? What's your name? If my name is like, I went from like Les to Leslie, I'm like, okay, I'll call you Leslie.
Cool.
Whatever you want to be, whatever name you want to be associated with, I will call you that. Just be, yeah.
Let's go nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be a them, they? You want to be a she, her? You want to be a he, him?
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do. If somebody gets it wrong, I don't think you should be allowed to snap at them.
Yep.
I think you should like calmly have like proper discourse and be like, hey, just so you know, this is what it is. I kind of look at it, to me, it's like religion. Do whatever you want. Just don't try to sell me on it. Mm-hmm. And let's just also agree, because in everything, maybe there's like a little bit of mental illness with a lot of people who choose that way to live, and we can recognize that as well, and you can't lose your shit over that. Like, there's some fucking wackos out there screwing with the people who are actually in the right side of that argument.
Yeah, okay, I'll say this, okay?
Like with everything.
Yeah, because
there's crazy cops out there who fuck around, and next thing you know, cops get a bad name.
Okay, I'll say this, okay? I actually did some research on this, and I could be right or wrong.
Did you do some research, or you read some things on the internet?
I read medical reviews on the internet.
Okay.
That happened, like, these are from 1950s to now, okay? I talked to one of my cousins who's a doctor. Okay.
So anecdotal research.
Yeah. So I just said, like, you know, because the people who have gender dysphoria issues, right? Mm-hmm. This is nothing new. This has been going on since the dawn of medicine, basically, right? Because
I think the dawn of humans.
Yeah. So people have always felt like they don't belong in their like males pretend like they're not pretend. Sorry, they say that. They feel like, even after marriage, they just say, you know what, I feel like I don't belong in this body anymore. I feel like a woman, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, vice versa, right? So when, for lack of a better term, gender dysphoria has set in, this has been going on for a while.
Yep.
The only issue I have with that is that why is it that starting in 2020, for example, why did it go from this? Like, if it's a graph, people would be like, you know, we're seeing this from this date. And then when 2020 hit, it spikes like that.
Right. It just
That's the issue I have.
Yeah, and to that, I think I think people have to realize there might be something else more than just gender dysphoria.
Yeah,
There could
exactly.
be a lot of unchecked mental illness in that.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, people don't realize what they are. Like, look, man, if you're changing your pronouns by the hour,
Yeah, that's
because we've seen that might be a meme, whatever it is.
Because it's in style.
No, not even in style. There's that girl online who is like, she took off like around COVID when everybody's stuck at home, and she was she, her, whoever she was, she was changing her pronouns literally on the hour on TikTok, and that wasn't. I don't think that was a parody or satire. I think she was doing that because maybe there's something wrong with her. Maybe she was on therapy, some real therapy. I think that's okay to say. I think it's okay to be like, not everybody, because I said about like, look, straight people. There are crazy ass straight people out there. You can be a serial killer. Does that mean that like all straight people are serial killers? Like, mental illness exists in every gender, race, or body type, and sometimes it's very prevalent and you can see it.
Well, I think like I agree. I just think that it's changing because you're isolated, depressed, alone, whatever. The cure for that or a coping mechanism should not be about, oh, you know what, I'm gonna change my gender. Maybe that'll make me feel better.
Right.
So I think that's like that could be one of the reasons as well. Like people are just like they feel lonely, and they feel like they want to join a group that's like actually just like that's on the rise right now, and then my whole point is like don't like if your attitude is you're angry at the facts. Don't change the facts, change the attitude.
Change the attitude.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying, like, it in a way, it tracks, right? Because, like, if there are people out there who feel like they're not part of a group, they're not part of anything, and they're depressed or whatever it is, and this is not to align it and be like, oh, it's just a hobby. But sometimes they get, like, a weird-ass hobby. Next thing you know, people who feel isolated or depressed or something's wrong with them, next thing you know, they're out fucking skydiving and shit. And their friends like, what are you doing? You psychopath.
Yeah, like, and also it's because like we have
maybe you just need a hobby.
Yeah, well, that's true. No, I totally agree with that.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think the biggest problem are these things, like because you can get your message across instead of like when you had these problems in the 1990s. It was like how do you like get your message across, right? With this, you can do it in 10 seconds. And the world can see it.
Or you can be indoctrinated in 10 seconds.
Yeah. Like, and then if you want to join a group, you can use your phone or go on your computer and just be like...
Right.
And just go join these groups that are just...
indoctrinating you.
Indoctrinating you.
So, I mean, that can happen in religion. You see it in religion. People
yeah, you're right. It can happen with anything.
It can happen with anything. It can happen. It happens to the far right. All of a sudden, you see people wearing MAGA hats who were otherwise normal people.
Yep.
Happen with the anti-vaxxers. Happen with the pro-vaxxers.
Yeah.
It happens to the far left.
Yeah, because they just feel like they're being left behind or just being abandoned by the system. So.
They want to join a tribe, and that tribe happens to be whatever it is, and then they don't shut up. I got a buddy of mine. This is a great example of that. Was like
that kind of circles around to our tribalism arguments. That
exactly. But I've got this is part of that. I've got a friend of mine who was a straight up normal dude. He was a very easygoing, regular old guy, martial artist, part of a group of us, like part of a group of friends. That's how I met him. Place where I worked. And all of a sudden, he starts having marital issues, starts having some problems, decides maybe he's going to rejoin religion, starts joining a church, gets into the church, and everything out of his mouth is my pastor this, my pastor that, and he becomes like a hardcore born-again Christian. Now, I have no problem with your religion. Some of my best friends are heavily religious people. Don't shove that in my face at all. We get along splendidly. I'm not religious. I don't try to like force non-religion down people's throats. But this guy joined hard because he needed to be part of a group that was going to at least like validate all of his emotions. And he became impossible to be around. Like just fucking impossible to be around. I'd see him coming into the bar and I'd find reasons not to be where he was. And I kind of feel like that happens with everybody who's looking for something. And some people just happen to join the trans movement. Some people happen to join religion. Some people, like I said, they go MAGA, they go left, they go right, and then they just become like the worst. Like the fucking worst. But now you got phones and shit, and you open the internet, and that's all you see, because those are people who are screaming. Now, not the vast majority in the middle that are quiet. It's the ones who are megaphoned up and just screaming at you. Like, I think we're still, like, fairly, like, normal in the middle. We're fairly flat in the middle. We're all plateaued. But the spikes are just louder than the rest.
Yeah, that's true.
And that sells. The media sells that shit because that's what sells. That's clickbait.
That's clickbait, yeah. It's all making money off people's lives. Yeah.
That's a great
online.
That's great. Making money off people's lives.
Yeah.
We're just making money.
Yeah, that's
on
true.
People's lives.
Yeah. So yeah, it's sad, but it's just I don't know why people can just don't let other people like choose what kind of life you want to lead.
So-
Just be like, do your own thing.
Do your own thing. Don't get indoctrinated by somebody else's dumb ideas of what you should be doing with your life. Do your own thing. If you think what you're doing is the right thing and you're not hurting anybody, I say go fucking nuts. That's to me. Like, it's not that I'm sick of it or I'm done with it. Just like I think it's time to take a step back and just let people live their life.
Yeah.
If you're living your life the way you want to live it, and like you're thumping that Bible and you're helping people, maybe you're going out on missions, doing what you think is the right thing. Go nuts, man.
Go nuts.
Do it. If you want to go and change who you are because you don't feel like you fit in your skin, go nuts. It shouldn't be up to me to tell you how to live your life, but at the same time, you have to come at it from your perspective. That I might not know what your problem is or what your thing is. I don't know what you want, and you have to educate me politely and calmly.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I have to accept that.
Yeah, and again, because that's literally all we have is polite discourse.
It's polite discourse. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a little crazy discourse.
Sometimes somebody just to spice it up a little bit.
Sometimes somebody talks shit about your wife having alopecia.
Yeah.
And you walk on stage, and you slap him in the mouth, and your career takes a nosedive, and you got to lie about why you didn't go to the 50th anniversary of the hip hop on the Grammys there.
Yeah, and then then you have to like somehow going to India fixes everything.
Fixes everything. I'm shooting Bad Boys 4. I couldn't possibly take a night off and go to the Grammys because I'm embarrassed of smacking Chris Rock on stage. Shut up, Will Smith. Get out of here. You hear about that?
Yeah.
Doesn't go to the Grammys because he's shooting Bad Boys 4. He's shooting a night scene somewhere else. He couldn't take the weekend and fly over the Grammys on whatever it was, Tuesday, Monday night.
I don't know what it's like to be famous, but I'm not sure how hard it is to like say like, you know what? It's probably best I don't go.
Right.
I don't know. Is that hard? It could be. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure what his publicist said, but he's like, you know what? They probably did all the math. I'm like, for your career, A plus B plus C equals this. Yeah, don't do it.
Let's be completely fair. This isn't Brendan Fraser saying, I'm not going to the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Because, like, that guy got diddled by the dude at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
So now he's like, fuck you, Golden Globes. Like, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
You did something completely out of character and embarrassing because you had a snap moment.
Yeah.
And now your inner dialogue, or your dialogue with your publicist, like you said, is, hey, buddy, look, it's probably good if you don't go to the 50th anniversary of the hip-hop.
Yeah.
Of the hip-hop.
Of the,
of the raps.
That's how hip we are.
That's how hip we are. Of the hip-hop.
Of the hip-hop.
I like raps.
Yeah, I like raps. What's that movie? That reminds me of like East Indian people when I used to rent videos from their stores. I'm like, I'm looking for Lampoon's Vacation. Oh, that's with the Chevy Chase.
That's with the Chevy Chase. That's with the guy from the Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, the Saturday Night Live night.
Yeah, that's what we sound like. We're very with it.
Yeah,
we're very hip. But I think that's like, it's sad. This is a dude who should have been there. Oh yeah, but because he made one mistake, we're gonna hold that over his head for the rest of his life. Well, rightfully so for that.
Yeah, that one is Will Smith. Will Smith's. He's the only actor I know, or one of them, or one of the few that I like him better in his movies than his actual real life personality.
Right. Yeah. Like in a movie, when he's like, "Whoo," I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah.
But when he does it in real life, like on a YouTube video, I can't stand.
Yeah, that guy's just his personality is. His favorite word is his favorite letter is I, and it's his favorite word.
Yeah.
I.
Right.
His Will Smith's favorite person is Will Smith. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm thinking about that now. I don't know if it is.
I have nothing to argue it against.
I kind of do.
I don't.
I don't know, because like there was that video when he talked about when Jada was taping him. He's like, his brand, like that is on point with what you're talking about.
No, yeah, because like, so the thing is like he's very sorry to interrupt, but like he's very like that's when he has to defend himself.
Yeah.
So, but so those are the only two facets of his personalities I see.
Yeah.
His protecting himself, his defense against his wife,
mm-hmm.
and then when talking about when he's on a talk show, what does he talk about? He talks about himself.
He talks about he has to sell himself.
Yeah,
they all do.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that's literally all he does. He doesn't. It's amazing. Like when I listen to him, I'm like, I want to be 2 + 2 = 4 in your brain. But in my reality, 2 + 2 can be whatever I want it to be.
Yeah, I think that's skewed. I think that's a weird way.
No, that's just that is a like one grain of sand in that desert of like his flaws. Like I'm just like, oh my god, his personality. But who am I to judge? Like I don't care. But like Will Smith is like, I don't like really
think about him.
I don't like his movies.
I don't think about him until the news tells me he's doing some daffy shit, and I think about him. But my thought on that is, I think he's slightly broken.
Oh no!
I think
No, he's totally broken.
No, not even totally. Not even totally. I think it's like
he's been damaged. I'll say that.
Yeah. Like he's a teacup that the one side is broken, and like you've got it turned the other way in your shelf, but you can never really use it like a teacup.
That's a good way to say
it. It looks good, and the intent of being a teacup is still there.
Yeah,
but you can never pour liquid.
Yeah. You have to or you have to drink it only left-handed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're always looking for the teacup that you're gonna put on the shelf, and then eventually move that one somewhere else so your collection looks good again.
Yeah, he's just.
I feel like that is his personality.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with Will Smith is that he married the wrong person.
100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly the problem.
He should have walked out of that marriage like 100 years ago.
That is one of those relationships that as a person on the outside who's not really into gossip, like Hollywood gossip, that is, I mean, it's fun to talk about. We do gossip, but it's not gossip. I think one of those things that we look at is anybody can look at that and be like, that broad is a little daffy. That broad's a little daffy. Like, I can't remember a time in my life when she was in anything, like Low Down, Dirty Shame, any movie she did, where I looked at her and thought to myself, like, that's a leading lady right there. That's Sandra Bullock. That's Marissa Tomei. You look at those ones and you're like, they're not crazy.
No, because she's her heyday was the 90s when she was in group movies.
But even then, she was the one who was kind of unlikable.
Yeah,
it was very easy for her to be unlikable.
It's her eyes. For me, that's what it is.
It's everything.
I think it's her eyes.
Okay, and it's not even a racist thing. Angela Bassett, fucking top notch.
Yeah, she's great.
Angela Bassett. I'm like, goddamn, Angela Bassett's
Angela Bassett, Queen Latifah.
Yeah. Queen Latifah, phenomenal.
Halle Berry,
top level shit. Super likable. You never thought she was cuckoo.
Yeah.
Even with Catwoman, I'm like, why is she playing crazy?
No, whatever. Yeah, that's a fucking but just a paycheck movie.
Just a paycheck movie.
Yeah.
But you look at her and you're like, there's something clearly wrong with that broad. I don't like you at all. Yeah. I don't even like you in the movies I like. I don't like you in The Matrix. Why are you in a movie I like?
Yeah, in The Matrix she was like a fifth character.
Yeah, but when she's on screen, I don't want that movie.
I don't remember her who she was in the movie. I think she was Niobe.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Yeah,
I do. One the movie I like.
Yeah, I just fast forward those scenes.
No, because she's a major part of the scenes.
Yeah, whatever.
It grosses me out. I don't want her there. I think we kind of hit her. John Tory. What happened to John Tory? You see that?
What new?
John Tory, Mayor of Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Diddled some fucking broad behind the scenes. I had to step down.
How many newspapers do you have to read to know not to do that shit?
Yeah, I mean, did you not?
I love it, but the thing is, okay, I'll say this though. I love it when fucking careers fall like that.
Out of the blue.
It just exposes people on the highest at the highest levels.
Yes.
And just everyone is corruptible.
Everybody's corruptible. The title of this episode, everybody is corruptible.
Yeah.
Everybody is able to be climbing a ladder that is an easy climb.
Yeah.
The only thing, hey John Tory, I know you want to become the mayor. You want to become the mayor? I want to become the mayor. I'm John Tory, I want to be the mayor.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You do whatever you want to do. Even do a little bit of cocaine. Nobody cares. You sell the Ford thing. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
All you got to do is don't put your dick in a woman that's not your wife.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Just don't do that. Every time that you're with a broad in your office, have a microphone on so everybody can hear what's going on and tell her.
Yeah.
Tell her you're being recorded for posterity because I will not have sexual relations with that woman. I won't have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He has the sexual relations with that woman, and now he's no longer the mayor.
Fuck, man, he couldn't keep his pants, man.
Doug Ford was messed up, doing crack, and he was still the mayor. Died a hero.
Yeah, died a hero.
He died a
legend.
Hero.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Died a hero. Was it Doug Ford? No. Rob Ford.
Rob Ford.
Kept saying the wrong Ford. Yeah. Doug Ford's alive. Doug Ford, you're alive and well, and nobody hates you. But Rob Ford died a hero.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it can happen and it happens to the worst of them.
It happens to the best and worst.
Yeah, everyone can go under.
Please, for the love of God, Barack Obama, do me a personal favor and never get in that situation. You're the last of them.
Yeah, man, it's hilarious, man. When I read that, I was like how out of control do you have to be? It's mind boggling. like all you have to do is like stay faithful to like your wife and just live a normal life and enjoy your high paying job.
That's
that everyone in government in your city is envious of.
Right. You ride out the pandemic.
You ride out the pandemic. You try to solve problems. You have tons of people working under you, and all you have to do is like just enjoy your life. No, what do? You lose your job and you leave in disgrace, and you're a national story. Like that is just, congratulations. You did the opposite of what you were supposed to do.
Yeah. All he had to do was excuse himself from the situation, go in the other room, jerk off, then come back into the situation.
I don't get that.
And it would have been fine.
I don't get that. Why can't you just like... Okay, let's see if you're having those urges, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you have those urges, just like, pound your wife or just like, or put one in the sink. Like,
go finish yourself off in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And come back to the room with the same broad and suddenly she doesn't mean shit to you anymore.
Yeah.
Politicians. Public service announcement to politicians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you think for a second you're going to put your dick in something that's not your wife, just go into the back room, shoot one into the trash can, and then come back into the room.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you're a heathen, like some sort of like paranormal creature that just built for fucking.
Yeah, like it just gives you clarity. It shakes you out. It shakes the cobwebs out. You're like,
shakes out the cobwebs.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. All right.
Chicks, like Red Foreman.
Yeah.
They gum up the works.
Yeah.
They gum up the works, man.
Yeah. You know what I akin it to, when you're drunk.
Yep.
And you throw up, it's out of your system.
You feel so much better.
You feel so much better. You're like, oh, yeah.
Right.
You should have puked up that thought.
Oh, my God. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. You should have puked up that thought, John Tory.
Yeah.
That's how you puke up the thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Out of your penis.
Exactly.
You puke up the thought out of your penis. Doesn't bother you anymore.
Yeah.
Ah, you are getting an extra piece of meat on your plate tonight for coming up with that one. Puke up your thought.
Yeah, I don't know. Just that's just like I don't like you when you get to positions of power. It's kind of like when things are. I'm not sure like how many, if you're the mayor of the city, how many whores are thrown at you, like that you attract, right? But
how many whores are thrown?
I don't know, but don't you have any like control or common sense?
They have none.
They have none.
Because the thing is, these are not okay. Do you remember in high school?
If you've never had it before, that's different
for sure. Do you remember, like, when we were in high school, I was definitely not a nerd. I mean, I was an art nerd, but I was not a great student. I was screwing around every now and then. You're around your friends, you're fucking around.
I was a dork.
We weren't dorks, but, like, we weren't those, like, bookish kind of, like, future, like, I was top 40 under 40 people.
Yeah, I was either school, it was, for me, if I wasn't studying, I was playing sports.
Right.
And I think I was one of those guys who... To be honest with you, I think I was one of those guys who could get girls, and never went after them.
But never really went hard. Yeah, but I started bouncing bars when I was 17 years old. So I had a weird fucking upbringing. But I was never one of those like bookish people with a very small circle of friends. I don't know. I could make friends with people. I was okay like that, right? But you always had those people in school who were definitely like I said, future top 40 under 40 type people.
Yeah,
like they were gonna go into bigger and better intellectual places.
Yeah.
And whether or not that was like politics or whatever it was, but you knew they're gonna end up somewhere. Then you would see them 5 or 6 years later, and they were dressed in like khakis, black shoes, and like leather jackets. And they were all dressed like that because that was their idea of what was cool. Like they would see that dressed like an undercover cop. Yeah, because that was like the idea of what they thought was cool.
Yeah, a 1990s undercover cop.
Right. Well, after like we're all jeans and t-shirt people, but they were like very like
dressed like like your character in LA Takedown.
LA Takedown, right? And they keep that look, and then they go into like they don't know how to interact with people. This is these ideas. Nobody fucking talks about them or asks about them. Nothing. And suddenly that guy with that very like lockdown mentality, trying to project to the world what he thinks he is but never gets asked about, is suddenly asked about because he's in a position of power. Yeah. And some broad shows up and has a little interest in him, maybe because they work close together. He doesn't know how to rifle through the Rolodex of bad ideas in his head. Yeah. He doesn't have that.
No, because you know why? Because he's not like this. Nothing is going on in here.
No.
Everything is going on in there.
Down there. And suddenly their pee-pee goes up. Yeah. And they're in a room with a chick who is suddenly thinking about, hey, pal, maybe you and me, since we work so well together, something could happen over here. Yeah, because
you don't think of the consequences, or like you don't think about like, hey, if I do this, well, no, they think I'd be recording me. It's 2023.
2023.
Yeah,
who's got recording devices?
Who's got recording devices
in 2023?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have the highest position in the city.
Yeah,
who's gonna notice?
Who's gonna notice, right? But John Tory is just an older version of that guy.
Yeah.
Like very flat personality. Probably doesn't know how to tell a joke.
That guy's a vanilla milkshake.
Vanilla milkshake. Has no idea how to tell a great story.
Yeah.
And suddenly somebody came after him and asked about him that wasn't the wife who dresses him. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, somebody who's just on the side, and it's a dangerous thing he's going to do. And we could get caught, but maybe we shouldn't, but maybe we should. But my dick's already hard, and you're already here.
Yeah.
So let's just get this going on.
Fuck, man, I don't know.
All he had to do was go into the other room and throw one into the trash can.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been a better story.
It would have been a much better story.
Yeah, it was what happened. Yeah, I got caught jerking off.
So Kathy Ann walked into the office.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she walked in, but I was like, I waited. Yeah, I kind of waited out. I'm like, you know what? Can I just be, ruin my marriage and ruin my career, or just get caught jerking off?
Right.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Done deal. She walked in. She was coming on to me. I thought going to the room.
Yeah. Thought about my wife while I was doing it.
Thought about my wife.
Yep.
Had a photo of the wife there on my
desk. I want to
desk.
make that absolutely clear. I was thinking about my wife.
To be absolutely clear, I was looking at the portrait of me and my wife and not thinking about myself.
Oh, yeah. I was like, this on my cell phone.
My cell phone. Looking at photos from the vacation to Hawaii in 2012 when she still looked good.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was looking at our vacation photos from back in the day of like, what she looked like. Kathy Yang kind of looks like her with the brown hair.
Yeah, exactly. That was 20 years. Yeah, or like, that was 20 years ago. Yeah, that's when she looked good.
That's when she looked better.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. If all the cards are being laid on the table, let's just be honest.
Just zoomed in the Facebook photo of her on the beach.
Yeah, it's like...
right. That's what I did right there. Goddamn John Tory.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, I mean, a great place for us to end off.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm not flat.
No.
I mean, I did hear the music kind of just start.
Okay.
So right there. And well, no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
What about you? I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh,
about how your week went, and this is going to be the end of the video.
Oh no, week was fine. Start training for my races on Friday.
Ooh, the races.
Yeah. So I do have a 10-kilometer one coming up in Calgary.
Excellent.
And then a couple more that I'm just going to keep training throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And then other than that, and then we can start thinking about kind of moving the podcast to my new place. So.
You are getting a new place.
Yep.
Sooner or later. We are going to start moving around. We'll shoot here. We'll shoot there. We'll do some kitchen stuff. We've always kind of said we're going to do it, but like now we're finally doing the YouTube full bore.
Yep.
So we're going to start doing more of that. We'll be out more this summer too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we'll shoot. I think what we should do is we'll be filming outdoors more with our drones, and then maybe like in the middle of it when we're done we can do the podcast like by the lake or something like that. So
if you're watching right now on YouTube, you're probably noticing in the corner somewhere, or maybe right on the full screen, the logo. No, they're looking at it. We don't need to move around. I flashed on the screen just now.
I know.
It's the logo for our vintage episodes.
Yeah.
Which is all of our episodes that are no longer on Spotify because they're just on YouTube. Mm-hmm. All audio, only on YouTube, and now we're only on Spotify for the audio.
Yes.
So we're not doing SoundCloud. They were good. They were good for when we were amateurs, when we were young and brash.
Yeah.
Didn't know any better.
When we were 40.
When you were 40. But now we're just on SoundCloud. Now that we're well into our 40s.
Yes.
We're well into middle age now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Close to death.
Yeah.
Every day is just holding the man in black, the Reaper at bay.
The Reaper at bay. Yeah.
The Reaper at bay.
Yeah.
So also, I'm doing a thing in the woods this summer.
What?
My neighbor Justin is an avid outdoorsman, hunting, fishing, wild man.
Okay.
So he brought it up. He's like, "Hey man, you want to go do like a week out in the mountains? We'll just hike from Nordegg to Canmore and just I think something like that. I think that's what it is. And we're gonna drive around. We're not gonna hike it. We're just gonna go up and down and just do some fly fishing out in the wilderness.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it should be pretty fun.
Awesome. Get some footage.
I will get a bunch of footage. I've already got the batteries ready to go, so we're stocking up for that now. So that's gonna be the thing that we do, and then I'll put that up as well.
Sounds good. Perfect.
Yeah, it'll be a bunch of fun
That'll
stuff.
That'll be fun. Yeah, and then coming year will be a lot more video footage going on the website, especially online, and then we'll definitely have more content for you guys.
Yeah, we'll have stuff over here and on the Chasing Earth, YouTube.com/Chasing Earth is where we put all that video stuff, and then when you get your channel,
then there'll be kitchen episodes. We'll call it the Barely Safe Kitchen.
Yeah, Barely Safe Studios is the way we're going now.
Yeah,
in the Barely Safe Kitchen. Because we're going to be reckless.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire and knives. And we're going to have guests, and they might think, why is my hand being spattered in boiling oil?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be barely safe.
Yeah, but it'll also be educational as well.
No, it won't.
No, I think it'll just be like how to have fun in the kitchen while you're making really good food.
It'll be accidentally educational.
Yeah.
It'll be completely like, what's it called? Incidental. The education will be.
You might learn. Yeah, you might learn what not to do.
I think so.
Yeah, and
I think that's a better way to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And just I want to give a shout out to kind of my inspiration for this would be from Uncut Kitchen, the boys from Australia.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
Yeah,
they're a fun bunch. I will say I have watched a few of their videos and I always chuckle.
Yeah, I just watch Blakey from
Blakey
from Uncut Kitchen. It's his YouTube channel, and he makes cooking fun. And so I think that's what everyone should do. So everyone should get into it. So yeah.
You should know how to cook, and you should know how to do the thing with your pee as well. Have sex. 2 things you should know how to do
with only your significant other.
Yeah, only a significant other.
Not a whore. Yeah.
Not some random staffer.
Yeah, exactly.
She's not a whore.
Keep your
She's
jobs.
A random keep your jobs. All right, keep your jobs. Well, that's it for me.
All right, guys. I have nothing to say, but peace out.
All right.